From SwissWatchExpo, spotlight on the Rolex Milgauss, a guide to Rolex's anti-magnetic watch. Just as Rolex has created tool watches for sports professionals, they did so for scientists. One of their most niched offerings, the Rolex Milgauss, was created in 1954, especially for those who worked in power plants, medical facilities, and research labs. At the time, most watches were resistant to about 50 to 100 gauss, about the strength of a refrigerator magnet. As scientists, engineers, and technicians worked around magnetic fields, they often found that the movement of their watches were bent, snapped, or damaged altogether. Rolex sought to solve this problem and created the Milgauss. Tested by the European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN, the world's preeminent particle physics laboratory, the Milgauss was found to be resistant to magnetic fields up to 1000 gauss. Its name was derived from French mil, meaning thousand, and gauss, the unit of a magnetic field. So how did the Rolex Milgauss evolve to what it is today? Let's check out the most prominent models of the Milgauss since its launch. The first Rolex Milgauss models were the reference 6543 and 6541. They could be easily mistaken for a Submariner at a glance because of the rotating bezel, black dial, and oyster bracelet. Upon closer inspection, though, the first Milgauss models had very distinct characteristics. A honeycomb pattern dial, Dauphine or alpha hands in place of the Mercedes hands, a combination of dots and arrows for the hour markers, plus a bright red Milgauss name set the models apart. Rolex replaced the first two models in the 1970s with the reference 1019, and the design details of the original Milgauss were changed. The reference 1019 never really found its footing, and in 1988 Rolex discontinued the Milgauss. Enjoying this video so far? Subscribe to our channel and get updates on new videos. That wasn't the end of the Rolex Milgauss, however. In 2007, Rolex surprised everyone at Baselworld with the return of the anti-magnetic Rolex Milgauss. Known for making small, evolutionary changes to their timepieces, Rolex created a splash with a playful, unexpected design. For the debut of the modern Milgauss, reference 116400, Rolex offered three different versions: a white dial version, a black dial version, and an anniversary version with a black dial. The first two models feature a choice between a white and a black dial. Rolex went back to the unique lightning bolt shape for the seconds hand and replaced what would have been a clinical polished stainless steel with a bright orange hand. The minutes track and hour markers were crafted in the same bright orange. The result was a look that's clean, but far from boring. Now, this was perhaps the most controversial of the Milgauss models, the reference 116400 GV anniversary watch. The anniversary model also had a black dial, but came with a sapphire crystal that was lightly tinted green, giving the watch a unique green halo not seen in other Rolex watches. Adding more color to the watch is an orange lightning bolt seconds hand, orange 369 markers, plus orange minute indices. The suffix GV stands for French glace verte, or green glass. In 2014, Rolex released an even more colorful version of the modern Milgauss, the Z Blue dial, named such for its electric blue dial coated with zirconium. Unlike classic blue watches made by Rolex, the metallic blue dial tends to veer towards green, depending on how the light hits it. It keeps all the same elements as the previous GV model, but with the blue dial. This became one of Rolex's most colorful modern models to date. Dial design aside, the modern Rolex Milgauss models run on the same caliber 3131 movement, a COSC certified movement with anti-magnetic features such as the parachrom hairspring and a paramagnetic escape wheel. Rolex eventually discontinued the non-GV Milgauss models and currently produces the black and Z Blue 116400 GV models. The non-GV Milgauss models are still available and sought after in the pre-owned market. Just like the current models, they are very much in demand for those who seek a Rolex with a wow factor. Want to learn more about watches? Click on the upper right screen for our Watch Guides playlist. Don't miss out, we launch 2 videos weekly on the best and the latest in watches. To get updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel.